In this video, we're going to check out the filter section in Spire located here. So we have two filters, filter 1 and filter 2. We have identical modes for both of them. Our filters can also be routed in series or in parallel when this button here is pressed. We're going to go through that in more detail in a minute. So first of all, let's have a look at the modes we've got. First off, we have Perfecto. So Perfecto combines the best of analog and digital filter types and is great for a broad spectrum of sounds. Within Perfecto, we have a 4-pole low-pass filter. I'm going to take this envelope modulation on the cutoff off for a second. We have a bandpass, a high pass, and a peak. What peak does is produce a little boost in the frequency range, but it leaves either side of that boost untouched. Now, if you're familiar with filters, you'll know about cutoff and resonance. For those that aren't, resonance produces a boost around the cutoff point. It allows you to bring out certain harmonics. Next up we have Acido. Now this is a 303 emulation. You should have it on low pass 2 really. Now, just going to put some distortion on here. Okay, so within there we have 4 low pass types. Nice. Infecto. This is an emulation of a Virus TI style filter. You take this distortion off. We have a low pass, band pass, high pass, and a notch filter, otherwise known as a band reject. Creates a band of frequencies that are reduced in volume. Great for adding a bit of movement to the sound. Finally, we have Scorpio. Again, Scorpio combines analog and digital characteristics. We've got these different settings in here. Got 2-pole red, 4-pole red, 2 and 4-pole black here. For our low passes, we've got a high pass and band pass. If you're unsure of what these poles mean, it's basically the efficiency at which the filter removes frequencies. So if we have a 4-pole filter, it's better at removing frequencies and therefore it has less upper harmonics. A 2-pole filter is less efficient, so it actually allows more upper harmonics to come through. Okay, so our parameters are obviously cutoff, determines the point at which the filters are cut away. Resonance, we've mentioned, creates a boost around the cutoff point. We have key tracking. So key tracking allows us to make the cutoff follow the key we play on the keyboard in a positive and negative direction. So what that means is, if we have it up, if I play sounds higher up the keyboard, the cutoff will actually open to allow those sounds to be heard. Otherwise, those notes would generate frequencies above the cutoff point. We can actually do it negatively as well. We have the same for filter 2, but we also have this filter balance dial here. What that means is, do we hear the output of filter 2 or the output of filter 1? And this is linked to the filter input and also the parallel and series button we're going to look at in a minute. We also have this link button here. And when link is enabled, the filter cutoff of both the filters are linked. If we enable it and we set the cutoff 2 to the middle position, it'll follow the cutoff of filter 1. Okay, let's have a look at some practical routing of these two filters. Let's imagine we wanted a sound to pass through both filters at the same time, so we can hear the output of both filters. In that case, they're going to be parallel, which means it's going to pass through both filters at the same time, rather than in series, in which case it will pass through one then the other. We want the filter input to be in the middle, so we can hear the oscillator passing through both filters. We want the filter balance to be in the middle as well, so we can hear the output of both filters. Now let's put in a low pass filter in here, and a high pass filter in here to make it obvious. Like so. Let's take it off link. Now we can set the two filters independently of each other. And what that means is we can have one filter controlling the low frequencies and one the high frequencies. So now let's have a look at a series filter routing. So this time we'll put the filter input to the first filter. Let's put in a bandpass. They're in series because the parallel button's off. Let's take the link off. Now we're going to have the filter banners all the way to the right, so we can only actually hear the output of filter 2. Let's put a low pass filter 2. Get this modulation off. So now the sound is passing through filter 1, and the output of filter 1 is being filtered by filter 2, and then we're only hearing the output of filter 2. That means we could have a bandpass moving here, and we could be filtering that with a low pass. That's the advantage of having it in series. Remember that all the settings on these synthesizers have an effect on each other. So, as I demonstrated earlier, by placing a distortion after the filter with some resonance, we're going to start really picking out some of these harmonics. Take that modulation off. Bring some reverb on there. So you can see that even without much tweaking, we can get some really interesting sounds together by picking out some of the harmonics using the filter. Okay, so now we've looked at the filter section, we're going to head on and look at the effects in Spire. So I'll see you then.